everyone, I'm Kaitlyn Durocher with Red Carpet Report at the LA Area Emmy Awards. Kaitlyn, so nice to meet you. I've admired you for so long. Of course. So you are the Governor's Award winner. What does that feel like?
Oh boy. Pretty spectacular. You know, it makes me look back at, I guess, all the years that I've been reporting or been on the air here in Los Angeles, 26 years alone, but I would say in my career, certainly in TV news, add another 10, so almost 40. And it's pretty amazing. Sometimes I think, wow, I've been around that long, but I guess so.
You're like, all right then.
And it's nice to be still involved. And really not necessarily at the top of your game, but I think you see what I mean. I'm still involved, I'm still reporting, I'm still anchoring, so I don't look at this as like, okay, this is the end of your career.
Right.
You know?
Still there.
Yeah, and I'm very happy that it's happening that way.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. It's amazing.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Now, what got you into journalism? Why journalism? Did someone inspire you, or how did that come about?
I actually met a TV host, an anchorman of one of the most popular morning shows in Detroit, which is where I was born.
I'm from Michigan.
Are you really?
I am.
Okay.
Monroe, Michigan.
Wonderful. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No, please join.
You know I do. Oh my God, thank you, Robert. I love Robert. Hi, Val. Oh my God. Did I do okay? I'm sorry.
No, please.
Oh, you're still in the middle of it.
No, this is great.
That's another great storyteller. But he inspired me, and I asked, what was it? And I think because of my parents, they would sit at the breakfast table and always talk about politics, what was happening in the local community, what was happening around the world. My mother wrote everybody. I mean, from her councilman to the president. They were Boy Scout leaders, Girl Scout leaders. So I was very involved because I had to sit there and listen. So when we had a conversation and we talked about a number of things, he said, you really ought to go into this. And I'm thinking, well, you know, my mom wants me to be a teacher like her, and my dad wanted me to be a nurse, because at that time, that's really the careers that women had. But I said, maybe I can do this. So I changed my major to broadcast journalism and political science, and you know, it's been ever since I've been on that trail, and it's worked.
That's amazing. Maybe taking a risk that you didn't expect yourself to take in your life.
Absolutely. Okay. No, I didn't expect it, but I'm happy I did, and I think that was the right choice.
I agree. I think we can all say we're happy you did. Yeah, definitely. So many times reporters, journalists, they tend to get burnt out, they get tired. It's a hard career to be in.
Yes, it is.
How did you manage not to do that?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I've been here 26 years, and I've worked nights. My daughter just walked in. She's 28 years old, so I've been working nights ever since she was born. But I think it's because I'm very passionate about what I do. There's a lot to be done yet. There's so many stories to tell, and I think that's because my heart is in it, and that's why I've been able to do it.
Well, that's great.
I really do.
So many people can't say that about their career.
Line, but I really think that's why I'm still.
No, that's amazing. That's inspiring to someone like me who's just starting out. What other advice would you give to someone like me?
Well, you want to be. You have to have determination, and you have to know everything's not going to happen the way you want it, but you hang in there.
Right.
Make sure you know your subject matter. You got to read. I read 4 newspapers a day. I still read newspapers. So whether you're reading it online or whatever, you want to make sure that you stay informed, so you're on top of your subject matter, and you're going to be ready at a moment's notice. And that is true. Be ready at a moment's notice.
You'll be blindsided with some things, and you're like, okay, I know this. Okay.
Work on your writing skills.
Okay. Be a multimedia journalist?
Yeah, that too. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, we were back in the day, only we had much heavier equipment. But really, I had to shoot 16mm film and thought, I'm not going to be able to do this, because you had to change it in a dark room.
Right.
What?
You're like, no, I don't know about this.
You know, so if I can do that, anybody can.
Okay, and then I want to know, speaking of content and subject matter, what do you think makes a story Emmy-worthy? You've won 21 Emmys? Okay, that's impressive. So how do you do it?
Probably the subjects that I talk about. I want to say that I'd like to do stories that will leave people with something, that they'll go away thinking, not that that was so tragic or that that was so sad, but wow, there was also some positive notes there.
Right.
Or she left people with, she empowered people. So those are generally the kind of stories that I like to do. Whether it's, you know, an international story about the ending apartheid in South Africa, or whether it's a homeless painter on the streets of LA. You know, I think that reverberates with people because it's also showing the triumph of the human spirit.
Absolutely. Is there one story from your 40 years of doing this that just really stuck with you? You think about it a lot, really challenged you, you'd love to do, anything?
It's probably the apartheid vote in South Africa. To find a whole nation of people who were voting for the first time. I met a gentleman, one of the tribesmen, that came down from the mountains, and he had his, you know, tribal gear on. I think it was a grass skirt and headdress, and he was voting for the first time in his life.
Wow.
So I had my interpreter, and I asked him how he felt, and he said, "Touch my skin. How does my skin feel?" And I said, "It feels warm," and he said, "That's how my heart feels." That sticks with you.
Yes.
Plus
Absolutely.
the fact that I met Nelson Mandela in the elevator, that's probably up there.
That might stick with you too. Yeah, that'll stay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations.
Well, thank
it was
you.
so nice meeting you.
Nice.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and leave me a comment on who your favorite reporter was.